welcome back to the Lotus Roche Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Roche Ignites is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. Hello and great day to you all over the world. I am super happy to be here today. We've got a fantastic show. We're actually going to be talking about domestication of civility. And last night, I was extremely honored to have the remarkable Sir Dr. That's right, Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers on the show with us last night. And I had a secret sauce special guest. And my secret sauce special guest was none other than the remarkable sunshine of civility, Dr. Rebecca Harper. And today we're going to be talking about domestication of civility. And we're also going to do a nice recap of the show and have some chit chat time. So please go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Roche is back on the box with Lotus Roche Ignite, because I want you to come on in and get in where you fit in, and also share this broadcast with a friend, because we are bringing inspiration to every nation. And I always tell people, you got to put your money where your mouth is. If you say you care, people, go ahead and show them that you care and share the broadcast so that they understand that, hey, they're not being left behind, and you're going to keep them on point and on par with the information they need to know. So very quickly, I always say this because it is so important to take notes. So I always say note takers are money makers. So those of you that's got your notepads out, get ready to take some serious notes. And I'm going to slide over here and I'm going to grab something that I hope you all have, a notepad and pen. It's unequivocal that note takers are money makers. Note takers are change makers. Every time you take a note, guess what? When you write it down, it embeds on your brain, okay? And it helps you later on for recall. So go ahead and make sure you get your notes and your notepads and your pens, and it's time to win. And so as you come in, go ahead, tag, share, like, and share the broadcast with a friend, and let us know who you're sharing with. Let us know where you're coming in from, because we are delighted to know where you're coming in from. And so it's early this morning. We've got a great show for you. And I know during the evening times, I often share either what I'm having for dinner before I bring my folks on to my wonderful show, and I also share what's in my cup. So why don't you go ahead and grab your cup, and I'm going to grab my cup, and I'll share what's in my cup with you. Right, this morning I've got coffee in my cup. And it's pretty darn tasty. All right. So come on in. I'm happy to see many of you are streaming in. This morning, we have the remarkable Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper with us. She is the sweetheart of civility, and I affectionately call her that because she talks about civility in such a powerful way, but she's such a sweetheart with how she gives the information out. She's never offensive. She's always just so poised and gentle with sharing that information with the world. And I so appreciate her for being on our show today. So when you come in, go ahead and give her some love. Put an L in a comment and give her some love, okay? Because we want to bring her on. So let's talk a little bit about the show last night. We had the remarkable Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers on. And guess what? Guess what? Civility is something that Dr. Phyllis Harper is helping Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers to share all around the world. So some secret sauce. Dr. Rebecca Phyllis Harper, she's got a Family Civility Institute program coming up, and I'm going to debut her video right here. She don't know exactly what I'm going to do, so don't tell her. We're going to surprise her. Y'all want to surprise her with me? I want to surprise her. If you want to surprise her, put a number 1 in the comment block below. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Don't tell her I got to go backstage and get her. I'm going to play a quick commercial, and then I'm going to bring Dr. Rebecca Phyllis Harper to the stage with me. Okay. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar with her, she hails from Canada by way of Jamaica. She's a World Civility Ambassador. She's the CEO of Family Civility Institute. That's what I said. She's the CEO of Family Civility Institute. She's a public speaker. She's a service worker. And guess what? She is an author. That's right. So we're going to take a quick break, come back and bring her with us, and we are ready to get right into the domestication of civility. So please go ahead, like, share with someone that you like and care about, and even share it with your frenemies. See you in a minute. Hello and welcome to the show with Dr. Rebecca Phyllis Harper on Domestication of Civility. So come on in, share with a friend. Welcome. And we are back, and it is time to go grab lovingly my friend backstage, the remarkable Dr. Rebecca Phyllis Harper, by way of Jamaica from Canada. Welcome. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love when you do your accent. It's so cute.
Thank you. I just love to hear you talk. You're amazing. So welcome to the show, Dr. Harper. I'm so happy to have you here. We already have people streaming in. So let's go ahead and welcome our guests, and then we're going to get right to the nitty-gritty of domestication of civility. All right, so let's see who we got. And I'm going to ask you if you would help me out, Dr. Harper. So first we have Jasper Pueblos. He is saying, hello, great day. Great day to you. Good to see you. Let us know where you're coming in from. Gerard is coming in from the Philippines. Great to see you. So happy to have you here. All right. And we have Jasper from Tangub City. Who else do we have, Dr. Harper?
We have Lord Faye from the Philippines here.
All right. And we have the wonderful
Angela from DC. Hi, Angie.
Yeah, Rugger Wellness. Hey, Angie, good to see you. And so, Dr. Harper, before you came on, I asked folks to share some love with you. And so I asked them to put an L in the comment. So we're getting several L's in the comment. They're sending you love from all over the place. And somebody put some hearts in there. Joelle said hello. Joelle here from the Philippines. Great to see you, Lotus.
Thank you.
Back to your hearts to you as well. And we have something we're going to share with you later. And the folks, they are awesome. They put their ones in there. And we have Miss Scarlett says, bonjour de France.
Bonjour.
I love this show, and we love you right back. So thank you so much. And we've got the ones. I see them. And we have the remarkable Colonel, Dr. Margaret Andrews Fournier. Hello.
Wow. She was amazing last night with her comments.
Yeah,
she was so amazing last night.
Good to see you, Dr. Fournier, on the show last night. And we've got the fabulous Dr. Florence all the way from Burundi. Great to see you. Hi, happy you're here. Jasper says, wow, so much energy, Miss Lotus. Welcome, Dr. Harper. Thank you so much, Jasper. And Dr. Florence says,
oh,
all right.
Wonderful ladies. You're wonderful too, Dr. Florence.
Yes. So we have so many people streaming in. I'm going to click on your name. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Maria, Philippines. Wow. Thank you for the love, everybody. We so
Oh,
appreciate you. So we're going to get right into it. For those of you that's just joining us, if you're not familiar with Dr. Harper, she is from Canada, but by way of Jamaica. So she is a world ambassador. She's the CEO of Family Civility Institute. She's a public speaker. She's a social service worker. She's an author. And her name is the incredible, amazing sweetheart of civility. That's what I call her. That's her name. I've given that to her. She didn't even know. She is, in my opinion, the sweetheart of civility.
oh.
Now, you know, civility is a difficult topic, but she has a way of making it so sweet when she talks about civility, even in an assertive way. She still comes across very sweet. So, Dr. Harper, I'm happy to have you here today. Today, we're going to be talking about global civility. You hear the accent? I can't help it. She's here. So, we're going to be talking about global civility. It is important, but why is it important? So, we're going to talk about that today. So, with that being said, Dr. Harper, you rocked the house last night as my secret sauce surprise guest with Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers. And I'm so happy that you were on. You did an
Thank
amazing
you.
job. So I just wanted to say publicly, thank you. You
Oh,
are amazing. And I know today we are going to talk about domestication of civility. And I know you wanted to do a little recap of the show last night. So the first question from me to you is, Dr. Harper, how do you do it? How do you do all of the things that you're doing with the Family Civility Institute, all of the things that you're doing in Kenya, and I think you're doing something also in Nairobi? How are you doing all these things and still staying so energetic, vibrant, and as beautiful as you are?
well, yeah, this is morning. So you see me at my you know, it's it's God's purpose for me. And I think we wait till too late in life to
Mm-hmm.
finally get in touch with God,
Mm,
and in a different level. So I think at each stage as a teenager, you know, when you're young, you learn about God and you learn about religion and you're taught through religion. But when you find your purpose in life, God gives you everything you need to carry it out. And that includes the energy. And and I do have my low days, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know as well as everybody that I have my low days. But, and I actually did a post at 3 o'clock this morning about my low, you know, like just thanking my family, my friends, my mentors, you know. And when I say mentors and friends, I include the World Civility family, because becoming a World Civility ambassador, Dr. Rivers handpicks you,
yes.
and he literally says, welcome to the family. And you have, and even in every family, you have your certain siblings you're closer with than others.
Yes.
Um, but we tend to all collaborate, and they give me the energy. They give me, you know, I want to really do a shout out to Dr. Raymond Halal and Dr. Jared Akama. You know, those two, and Dr. Kama in Kenya, he's been like the mentor on top of, like, to have Dr. Rivers and Dr. Kama as mentors, it's huge. Like,
Yes.
you know, and I'm very blessed, and he's made dreams of mine come true when it comes to the UN. And um I'm so, you know, I'm just so blessed. Like, and you know, every morning Dr. Kama sends me, well, his night, my morning, he sends me a prayer.
Oh,
And every morning I read that prayer, and just something so you may think it's simple, or you may think it starts my day out.
mm-hmm.
And coming from Dr. Kama, who is a mentor, who's a civil, who is the epitome of peace. I mean, he brought peace to Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
and just his lessons and everything, and even the comments coming this morning, like, it's just every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are nights I will pray and say, God, sometimes I know I doubt myself, but I never doubt you.
Yes.
can you just make sure that I'm on the right path? Because it's a journey,
Yes,
and
it is.
guaranteed the next day something happens and I'm just so energized again.
That's
So it's a journey. It's I just know it's the right thing. My heart says the right thing, and prayer says the right thing. And if nothing else, this whole journey of family civility has brought a lot of healing to me,
mhm.
a lot of clarity to me, and most importantly, my connection to God has never been stronger.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I know that you are a mother. I
Yes.
know that you are a friend to many. I know that you are a teacher to many. So you've talked about some of the gentlemen in your life that are your mentors,
Yes.
that help to give you a gentle nudge and keep you moving,
Mhm.
because civility is a hard vocation to tackle because it is a job.
It's domesticated, definitely.
Yes. So, who are the women in your life that also help to push you forward? Because I saw you the other day when you got your award, and I believe Mrs. Rivers was there.
Yeah.
She had some words to say.
Yeah, she's amazing because she actually attended another the UN. She specifically spoke about the Holocaust,
Yes.
the UN um, viewing of a Holocaust, a movie documentary, and I attended the same one. And I was like, but her take on it and her was so phenomenal. Like, it's there is a lot of trauma. And I'm Jewish, so I'm a Jewish Jamaican. Yes, yes, I hear you. But the Jews came from Portugal during the 1700s because they fled because of the Spanish Inquisition. So that's how my mom's family came to Jamaica, was fleeing
Mhm.
from the Spanish Inquisition. And, growing up in Jamaica and hearing, the reason you're in Jamaica is because of you're being Jewish and you
Right.
had to escape. The reason you were like, it was just like, I grew up thinking, oh my gosh, my family has always been on the wrong side of religion, hence why we're in Jamaica.
Mhm.
And when you investigate it more, Jamaica is in the good Guinness Book World of Records for the most churches per capita. But when you investigate it even more, we have literally every religion united, living in harmony in Jamaica. I mean, for example, at my wedding, which was 18 years ago this week, actually, it was in an Anglican church, of
Mhm.
which my great grandfather died as reverend.
Mhm.
In my wedding party alone, we had Greek Orthodox, Baptist, Catholic, Anglican, and the Jewish rabbi was in the church because he's my cousin, so he came to the wedding. A lot of my family are Jehovah's Witnesses because I actually grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So, like, every religion was in this one church, but it didn't phase anybody. A wedding is at a church, you go. A wedding is at a synagogue, you go. A wedding is at a mosque, you go. You don't think of, and that's where we need to be.
Yeah.
We all serve God, we just do it in different places and in different methods. And so it's that civility, learning that civility to religion kind of branched off to other things. And then the big thing that I say about the key on domestication of civility is, and Dr. Rivers say, we base it off of the golden rule. Okay, do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. But Dr. Rivers takes it a step further and he says, ask the golden question.
Yep.
And, would you like this done to you? And I thought on another level, which brings me to the domestication of civility, because when you asked me about this topic, and I said, that it's better to ask the question than to say the rule.
Right.
Because what has happened is due to domestication, due to colonization, we need to break free from colonization. I mean, I'm not even going to bring up the interview with Meghan and Harry, but, because I don't deal with that drama, but I read between the lines. And we have to break away from colonization, and we have to start really focusing on the traumas of colonization, because I believe self-image and self-worth is so low due to generational trauma, due to the family. So we like to blame the family, but we don't like to heal the family. We like to tell the family what to do, but we don't want to help the family on what they feel they should do to heal. And that's a big message in my thing. We need to heal, then help. And what it is that we have such low self-worth that when you say the golden rule, do unto others as you like them to do unto me, if I don't feel I'm worth anything, if I don't feel like I deserve anything because I've been told that because of the color of my skin, I've been told that because of the religion I believe in, I've been told that because I'm a woman, I've been told that because I'm a LGBTQ, I've been told that because I have autism, I've been told that because I'm a foster child or I'm adopted, I've been told that because I live in a multi-generational house or my culture, then why should I do anything for you?
Wow, you said that.
Right? And that is the crux of the matter. Dr. Rivers says it last night. How many times did he say it? About 10 million times.
Yes.
7.8 billion people on this earth, and everybody has a purpose.
Everyone has a purpose. And
every family has a purpose too.
Yep. And we have some folks chiming in, and what I like that he also said, he said that 7.8 billion people are solving 7.8 billion problems, because there are problems in the family, and everyone on the planet has some type of problem, whether they share it or not.
Exactly. And this is what I teach. So I go in the first lesson, which is I do 6 modules, and each module is 4 hours. I mean, it's an intense course. The first 4 hours is about family civility and anti-oppressive practice. I teach, listen, the family is the expert on their lives.
Exactly.
And then I teach the workers how to work with the family and the group dynamics of the family so they can solve their own problems. The definition of family civility in a family is loving, supporting, accepting, and being civil to each member, not based off of their birth order or cultural position, but based off of their individuality and strengths that they have in the group of the family. I could be 3 years old and say, hey, and have an idea. 3 years old, and I can contribute to the family.
So can you step back, because you said a key word, you said some key words about what family civility is, and you started off with loving. And let's take a sip, everybody. Let's take a sip. Go ahead, grab your cup. It's early in the morning. You have coffee,
I know you're having
juice, whatever.
People
have wine because it's night in other countries.
Listen,
we have the founder of Brogy. We're gonna reach out. We got initiative on, and I think it's like nighttime over there. So, and also in Burundi, I'm not sure what time it is, but somebody might be sipping on a glass of wine. But whatever you're sipping on, please go ahead and have a sip. So you said some of the pillars of family civility. You said loving, supporting,
accepting, and civility.
And
so I ask that question.
That note takers are money makers. So here are some of the key pillars. Now, this isn't everything, everyone, but these are some of the key pillars: loving, supporting, accepting, and civility toward everyone in the family, devoid of birth order and the other things that Dr. Harper said. So, Dr. Harper, I'd like to take a quick break, and I want to introduce people to an amazing advertisement about Family Civility Institute and a little bit about what Family Civility Institute is doing. We have people from other countries who have been impacted by family civility. And it is unequivocal that it brings tremendous value. So we're going to share this with the folks. It's about 4 minutes. We can stop it in between if we need to. And then I want to take some comments from our viewers all around the world. And I'd like to know what your thoughts are on family civility, because Dr. Harper is doing great work all around the world. And many of the civility ambassadors like DJ Mike J, Dr. Sam Abube, and that's Dr. Michael Freeland. And that's Dr. Sam Abube as well. And of course, Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers, and so many other people who are just focusing on civility, like Dr. Raymond Halal, and so many more. So we're going to share this with you, and let us know what your thoughts are on this little presentation. Here we go. And I think I didn't share the sound with you. So give me a moment and I'm going to share the sound with you. Let me turn it up a little bit. All right, here we go. I was listening to it earlier, y'all. That's the secret sauce. I was enjoying it.
I'm so excited to see this.
I'm excited again to see it too. I was listening to it earlier, so I had to turn the volume down. Okay, everybody, here we go.
It takes more than financial resources to make a sustainable impact in a community. According to the United Nations Development Programme, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, are integrated, and that is, they recognize that the action in one area will affect outcomes in others. That development must be balanced between social, economic, and environmental sustainability. In 2018, the World Bank acknowledged that psychological and social intervention are gaps in sustainable development. The Family Civility Institute has uniquely designed, developed, and pioneered training programs which creates a balance, filling the gap for sustainable development. This program is a combination of research and years of experience working on several development projects worldwide. The Family Civility approach is a 360 solution that promotes family civility as a worldwide initiative. The program is a work while you learn format. It is customized to each country's resources, experiences, and cultural relevance. And it adapts social service skills to work with the entire family, not just one person. Governments, charities, NGOs will be able to create a database of community information, including demographic, actual social problems faced in the family and by the family, and solutions which will be created by families and in the community as a whole. The Family Civility approach aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we offer certificate workshops and diploma programs from Ontario, Canada, teaching the Family Civility approach to professionals and students in the social service industry around the world.
Hello, my name is Big Dan Karaoke, and I'm so grateful this far indeed as Family Civility Institute beneficially, and indeed Dr. Rebecca toiled very much to carry us through the various lessons. For instance, dealing with the families that has conflict or the families going through trauma. And indeed, in my area of service to community, Dr. Rebecca insisted on the practical part of it. And indeed, I agree with her that application makes all the difference.
My name is Jacinta Nduru Daimuta. I want again to take an opportunity to thank our able trainer, Dr. Rebecca. And we really want to tell you that the way we came in is not the way we went out. We've been we learned a lot. We've been empowered in terms of how to deal with the families, how to do some counseling with even children that are in those families.
Here in Nairobi, Kenya. Through your small way and my small way, eventually we are going to transform a community. Our families will work. Our families must work. God bless us. God bless our efforts. Thank you very much, the family Civility. God bless you.
During the classes, I learned about dealing with the oppressed, dealing with the traumatized people, doing conflict management, doing supportive counseling, doing filing a case file and advocacy. I also learned so many things on how to deal with the different types of people in our community facing different types of challenges. So I take this opportunity to thank all, and I'm looking forward to join any other class that is forthcoming so that I can be more effective in our community. Thank you.
For more information, go to www.familycivilityday.com and register and sign up today. Learn to empower a family today. Oh, wow. You did such a fantastic job. That's just so amazing. You know, you asked me earlier who my female mentors are, and you're definitely one of them, as well as the Bring Who You Are group that you formed and brought together. You know, again, Lois Moments, Dr. Cece, you know, Dr. Pam, you know, like you go to them, Elijah, like, oh
yes.
my gosh, Elijah, like you're on the lowest days, and she knows, and she'll just send this text message. I'm like, how did you know?
Yes,
and you know, it's, you know, that emotional support. You know, one of the things when it was my birthday, 2018 or 2019. And I wrote, every year I write a letter to myself. And that year I said, I want to make female friends. Because my growing up, I had issues with women in my family, which caused issues. And being the youngest and being so different, you know, and again, generational trauma, you know, everything is in family civility. And, you know, I was so blessed to meet the Bring Who You Are women.
Yes.
Dr. Kaizo, I said it the other day, I had my first conference in May 2020, and everything went wrong technically. And she just took over for me while I got dropped off of the conference online. And she just helped. She just said, don't worry, I'll host, just come back on. And I was just like, wow, you know, the women of Civility, the women of Bring Who You Are, you know, really fulfilled a birthday wish for me. That so many women have that support. And I'm so blessed, you know, and the women that are supporting. And I just want to big up Lucia Warimo of the One Touch, One Life Foundation, because she, even though you saw those workers from different foundations, she didn't keep that course just to her foundation. She went and invited other foundations and said, no, be part of this. She is an amazing powerhouse woman who I look up to so much. I mean, I speak to her and she's just always going, and she's just a phenomenal woman, you know, and they're women that you admire that just uplift you and you don't even know, you know.
Exactly. And I gotta tell you, I'm humbly honored to hear your wonderful words, and you know, it's great to have women all over the world that empower us. You know, there's several ladies here that just really inspire me as well. Patricia Fullwood, Pastor Patricia Fullwood, good to see you. She's out of New Jersey, so we're happy to have you here. And I want to take some comments, because I saw so many comments streaming in, Doc, when you were talking earlier. And so I want to go ahead and grab some of those comments. We see, of course, the visibility strategist herself, Patricia Rogers. She's here. Good to see you. Great day to you. And Mrs. Shirley Murphy, all the way from Nigeria, Africa.
Wow.
She's up in the wee hours of the morning supporting our broadcast all over the world. She's an amazing woman. She's the founder of Women Reach Out with God Initiative. And we've got
Yes.
a summit and some conferences coming up. It's going to be amazing. A new magazine coming out for her. So I shared that a little bit. So that's coming out. And of course, Dr. Margaret Fournier, the Colonel, she's the host of the Colonel. And she said, good morning. And I say,
Good
great
morning.
morning. I'll tell all you why later. And of course, Dr. Florence, she said, when you find your life purpose, God opens doors for you to fulfill it. And you know what? I keep hearing Steve Harvey say, God will lay you out. God will lay you out. And that's the thing. You just got to walk in your purpose. And when you walk in your purpose, nothing can stop you. And, you know, and even this show is a reflection of God's movement all across the world. We have people from in San Antonio, Texas. We have people from Florida. We have people from Burundi, Africa, Nigeria, Africa, all different places all around the world. The Philippines, Japan, everywhere are coming in. And you're here from Canada by way of Jamaica, right? And so even Patricia, she's here. She's down in Florida, but she's soon to be from Atlanta. That's right.
Wow.
So, you know, we've got people from all around the world, and it's incredible. Wang Lee, thank you for being here. So we have people from all around the world. So there is movement. There are people that never knew each other until the pandemic forced us into working outside of our front yard. And so I want to take a couple more comments. Ms. Grace Batista said, nice to see Dr. Rebecca Harper again on the show. I admire you for sharing things. You're so generous. And yes, she is. You are so generous. And that is so true. And Grace said, yes, I believe that every person has a purpose in this world. And that's just the truth. And so let's look at a couple other comments. Jofel said, loving, supporting, accepting, and civility. Great stuff. Another secret sauce. I love it. And Scarlett says, that was a very impressive video, very informative. Yes, it was great, Dr. Harper. Great video. And Dr. Fournier said, the relevance of family dates back to biblical times. The Bible teaches that a family must obey the head of family during Moses, Abraham, and all over. Wang Lee said, amazing video. So let's look at what Gerard said. Expand your social media presence, advertise your business, and learn a lot more value added insights from Dr. Oh, from me. Click on the link below.
I was like, I was just, honestly, I was like, okay, let her read it, because trust me, it's true. I mean, you did such an amazing video. Yes, you know, I gave you a voiceover. And I gave you all these testimonials, like I think it was like 2 hours of testimonials.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, have fun. I don't know what to do with this. And you really, your team, and you know, let's not forget to recognize that you did receive the Family Civility Corporate Award in 2019. And I want to explain why. Because you actually show what family civility is as a nation, but you show it in your corporation. You know, your family civility as a nation and in a corporation should be showing equity, support, and civility to all family types. And why I chose your corporation is your employees, you recognize, or your team members, you know, you recognize they all come from different family types. And you accommodate them. You know, we'll be in a meeting and a baby shows up and we're like, oh, hi, you know, because I'm at that age where it's like, oh, I want a baby. Not for me, but yeah, I'm getting to the grandmother age eventually.
Yes.
I like to give them back now.
Here, take baby. They pooped here. Yeah. You change that diaper.
But you have that, you know, the equity, the support, the civility to all family types, no matter their race, religion, gender, sexuality, formation, biologicalism, and different abilities. You have not one family left behind in your corporation, right? And you treat them that way too. You're like, oh, we can't have a meeting today because something has happened. We can't. You tell it straight. You protect your team members and you acknowledge, and they don't feel guilty if they have to take off family time, which is so important, because I do teach. I do go into corporations and help them remodel to family civility, and to help them to remodel their company
Yes.
to reflect family civility.
And I think
and it's free.
great that
A
you
lot
do
of the
that too.
techniques I do, you don't have to pay for. You already have
Yep.
it. It's just changing the names of things.
Yep. And you know, Dr. Harper, if I may, I'd like to say to folks with corporations, this would be a great class and training, let's say training for them to take, because it will help strengthen their corporation.
Yeah.
It would help people that they put through your courses to be more aware, not only about their own self, but about their family. Because when things happen within the family, oftentimes there's a disconnect. And when that disconnect happens, sometimes it's so tough and so terrible, it takes a long time to recover. But when you have the skill sets that you're teaching people, they're able to identify, because they can see the signs before things explode. Another thing that I think is very important about what you do is because it teaches self-worth, and it helps people to understand you have to love who you are and love the skin that you're in. Because if you're not practicing civility for yourself and in your own home, how in the world can you go out in the world and practice it among people all over the world? And see, that's why it's so important. That's one of the reasons why it's so important for your program to thrive. And I encourage people to help take up the mantle for family civility, and kind of step away from the domestication of civility. Because when you conform to the domestication of family civility, people do get left behind.
And the self-worth is learned at the home.
Exactly.
I mean, we talk about it, oh, family breakdown, but nobody's explaining why. And family civility does. It doesn't, I'm all about, I'm tired of the social problems being identified. I'm now into the social solutions.
Right.
And, one family has multiple problems.
Right.
Right. So you can't go in and say, and what happens is, and this is what's happening in the social service industry, right, is that we tend to deal with one client at a time, which is what is taught. And then what happens is that one client, you then go and say, okay, well, we do family work. We go to the family and we get them to help the one client we're dealing with. I'm like, no, because guess what, right? I'll use an example, on a young man on probation. He's gotten in trouble with the law. And they go in and they speak with the young man, and they see that he comes from a troubled home life. So they go in and try and help the troubled home life to help the young man. But what they haven't done is say, okay, what troubles are the mother having? What trouble is, and this is a single parent home. So we talk about heads of family, which I really respect, and that is a family type, right? But the families of the 21st century have changed.
Yes.
Dramatically. And the family head is normally the mother now, and we have single dads, and big up to the single dads, enough respect. But we also look at, oh, there's no father in the home, therefore that's why he acts the way he is. No, we have to stop with the excuses, right? Because guess what? I come from a single parent home. I come from a double parent home, but I am a single parent home. And I have done what is needed for my sons and my daughter to adjust and thrive.
Yes.
Right? And I have always said to them, and up to Friday, I had to race up a teacher for not getting to know my child, because she would turns to him and says, oh, why don't you get your father to help you with your homework? I'm like, why don't you get to know your child in the classroom So you know not to say that and make him feel bad.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's just those type of things, is that he shouldn't
Yep.
feel bad. He shouldn't have to say, you know, and I do things like scouts to give him his male role models and to give him his testosterone time, I call it. You know what I mean? You have to acknowledge that. I have an amazing brother who is an amazing role model. I have an amazing older son who's an amazing role model for my younger son.
Mhm.
You know, these are the things that you find. And this is where equity is in capital letters, right? We need equity. Not everybody starts at the start line of a race,
Yep.
right? And go, yes, Jamaica, and I go to track and field. But, we look at it, and, at the end of the day, when everybody lines up for the 100-meter,
Mhm.
a lot of the countries don't have the same training process. A lot of the countries don't have the money. But yet, when they come up to the start line, when the drugs were taken out of the Olympics, when you couldn't buy the win, look what has happened.
Yes. Wow.
Look what has happened. Jamaica's mashing it up. The Caribbean's mashing it up, right? Because of the fact that they worked hard, they trained hard. Everybody's at the same level when they start line. We need to give the equity to all the families. So when they're at the start line of the 100-meter, everybody has the same amount of training, right?
Yes.
But you can't have equality without equity first, because of colonialism. Everybody has different start lines right now. So we need equity first, just like we need healing before helping. We need
Yes.
equity before equality.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So we're going to take a quick break because I want to go back to Mr. Kibe, Edwin G. Kibe, and we're going to
Uh,
take a quick break and we're going to be right back. So please stick with us. Please like, share, start a watch party. Please like, share, start a watch party, and let us know where you shared it to, and put shared in there once you share, because sharing is caring. Okay, we'll be right back.
Through your small way and my small way, eventually we are going to transform a community. Our families will work, our families must work. God bless us, God bless our efforts. Thank you very much, the family civility. God bless you.
During the classes, I learned about the dealing with the oppressed, dealing with the traumatized people, doing conflict management, doing supportive counseling, doing filing a case file and advocacy. I also learned so many things on how to deal with the different types of people in our community facing different types of challenges. So I take this opportunity to thank all, and I'm looking forward to join any other class that is forthcoming so that I can be more effective in our community. Thank you.
for more information, go to www.familycivilityday.com and register and sign up today. Learn to empower family today. Wow. Yeah, no, that was such a special workshop. In fact, I want to announce that Nairobi, Dr. Lucia, we had our case conferencing recently, and she's like, they call themselves the Family Civility Warriors. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And now they're starting their own charity and commission and chapter of Family Civility in Kenya.
Mhm. Awesome.
So that's really special
Wow.
that they are doing that.
Wow.
Like, and I said, sure, just tell me what you need. They've after 1 month of after the training and going into the field and working and using it, they're like, no, this needs to spread. And it's just, I'm so blessed to have that opportunity. And they were amazing. I mean, Kibe works in addictions. Jacinta, works with orphanage, which I'm trying to think of a new name. Yeah, I like renaming things. Just ask me.
Yes.
From biological connection to biologicalism. I love making up words and names. But yeah, it's
Awesome.
it's just the way it is. I we have so many of the social problems, children having children. We're having so many problems. We need to now look at, again, equity, going into the home, not judging that they have had children, not judging that, oh, you not going into the home saying, oh, you're disadvantaged, you're this. No, no, we use a strength-based approach. I teach the strength-based approach where we go into the home and say, okay, what resources do you have right now? You know, and I can tell you, one of the workers goes into a home, knows that there's an issue with the daughter doing stuff, and there's a mother, and it's a single mother home. You know what she does? She teaches them to make soap, and now they're selling soap.
Wow.
And the mother and the daughter is no longer straying. The daughter is now helping to make soap. Even the
Right.
baby is making soap. They're making money now. They're selling the soap, the laundry soap, and all the other social problems tended to kind of, and because they're working together to do it. You know what I mean? Like, even as a family, they've come together over soap, something. And I was like, because that family civility worker went into the home and said, what are your strengths?
That's awesome. Well, listen, I wow, you have blown us away here today. I love what you just said, because they start with the strength approach, and what they end up doing is establishing a sense of purpose, because now they're giving back not only to their family, but to the community at large. And that's amazing. So, Dr. Rebecca, I'm so happy that you're here. And I know you have another commitment that you have to go to. So I want to share this very quickly. If you could just answer this one question before you go. This is Miss Patrice Fullwood out of Patterson, New Jersey. She may be in South Carolina now. But anyway, she said, are the social problems of grandparents raising their grandchildren and children having children? And you touched on that before you even saw this question. So, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a social problem. But it's, if you even read that, it's a mixture of all different other problems. So when you go to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know, and you look at did that family, and I go on a family by family basis, and that's why we can't have one person come into our office and tell us about the family. You need to go in the home and observe the group dynamics, observe. And yes, grandparents, it is difficult, but I want to big up the grandparents. To me, that's a strength. To me, that is a strength, to have a mother or a father that is willing to raise my child and willing to do that for their child to help them progress. That's already a strength. We cannot think of it as a social problem, but an actual resource. But how can we help them, right, to make it a better? And this is it. We, you know, again, we have to come out of we have to step into the positive and restore what's happening in our families, to say, okay, this is not the ideal, but how can we achieve the ideal, and how can you achieve the ideal? So yes, the psychological needs, food, water, shelter, security, safety is up there, but I always put safety just down, because domestic violence is a huge symptom of a social problem. You know, that's, to me, is a symptom. What is going on? Poverty. When you don't have clothing, when you don't have food to eat, when you don't have shelter, you don't have water, you're not getting enough sleep because you're worrying. You go into self-medication methods, which is alcohol and drug abuse, which is a symptom. You then, if your power has been taken away from you as a child, so let's talk about, I mean, I could go into generational trauma, and I could go into childhood trauma. You know, you grow up with that trauma. You then feel that if you are triggered, we talk about triggers and how you can be triggered in a family, how a child can stand or speak a certain way, and it looks like the father, and he looks like the father, and the mother is triggered by the way he stands, and then she ends up shouting or beating him. And she doesn't even know she's been triggered. So we have to, there's so many things that you need to look at. You know, doing this whole program, one of the workers went into a family, and he was like, whoa, this is a lot. So I said, okay, team up with somebody else. Let her handle half and you handle half, but they work together in helping the whole family. But you have to help the whole family. Grandma and grandpa, that whole question is such an amazing question because it's so true. Then you have, I mean, Patrice, what about, it's the grandparents back home in Jamaica while the mother goes to America or the UK or Canada to work. And that's a social problem. Here the money is coming in, but the child is abandoned. How do you bridge that gap? And then when the child comes to live with the mother who is probably married, I mean, I see it a lot up here. Where the child comes up now to join the mother, and the mother's like jumped right back into parenting, but they haven't seen each other in 10 years. So she's parenting a 7-year-old while you have a 17-year-old. So you have to look at those dynamics, and you have to take it on a family by family basis. They're all unique, and this is where the equity comes in. I hope the answer, I mean, I teach it in 6 modules to solve that one thing.
Wow.
That's a case study, by the way. And we discussed the case study because to say grandparents raising grandchildren, there are a whole heap of other dynamics in that.
Yes, amen. That's true. So I just want to thank you for sharing that, because the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a great way to kind of share and talk about that. So Patrice, we hope that helped you out and answered that question. And Jasper said, yes, I agree. That's a combination of many problems, not just social problems. Yes, sir. Yeah. So as we get ready to close, I'd like to invite you to please register for the Family Civility Institute. You can go to www.familycivilityday.com and register. Make sure you register today. And you'll be really happy that you did, because there is no reason why you can't be a part of the solution. And I say that because it goes back to what you shared in your video. And I'm going to just say that we have to empower families. And the way we empower families is to do exactly what you're doing. We have to empower families, and we have to share information, and we have to jump on board, because if we don't, who will? So thank you so much, Dr. Harper. I'm super happy to have you here today.
Thank
you. Can you please have your final words of wisdom for the show this afternoon or this morning as we close?
Well, I just want to say thank you, Dr. Rashay. You are an amazing, phenomenal woman. You know, I would say you're my mentor, but you're also my friend, my sister. Yes. What you are doing is just phenomenal. And you help people every day with every show. You're just amazing. I keep asking, when do you sleep? So
let me jump in. Y'all, please give Dr. Harper some more love. Can we get some L's in the comments? And go ahead and tap your thumbs up in your hearts. Come on, y'all. Let's do it for Dr. Harper. She's all the way here from Canada by way of Jamaica, man. And she has dropped the mic on domestication of civility.
Equity and love and support and civility. What I would say today is just call your family members. Say thank you for everything, and even for the bad, because, you know, I'm grateful for all the lessons learned. And I can tell you, family civility has been in the making from the day I was born. It's based off of the dynamics of my own family, the dynamics that I've seen other families share. You know, when I got divorced, how that whole experience impacted me. In fact, it's 7 years tomorrow that whole process began. And I just have to make that change. It's like I took all the negative experiences in my life as lessons. I took all the rejections as God's rejection. I took all my rejection as God's direction signs. And family civility is what has come about. And I'm willing to work with you. I am more than happy to work with you. That's why I developed the program. I even developed the program to be online, so it's accessible, because I do believe in what Nelson Mandela says, that education is the only weapon to conquer the world's problems. I know I'm paraphrasing. And I also believe in what Maya Angelou says: people may forget what you say, they may forget the words that you say, but again, I'm paraphrasing, this is really early in the morning, but they never forget how you make them feel. And that's what I want you to go into the homes, to make those families feel empowered, and make those families feel strong, and that they can solve the problems themselves with your help.
Awesome. Fantastic. And so please be sure to connect with Dr. Harper at www.familycivilityday.com. Make sure you connect with her. You will be happy that you did. And so please join me this evening for a later show. I will be having the remarkable Charlene Sparks on the show. She is a powerhouse, and we're going to give you all some great tips on some things that's going to be sauce for you. And so to all you out there, thank you for jumping on the show.
Thank you
for the love that you've given Dr. Harper. We appreciate you. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye. All right. Wasn't that a great show? Wasn't that a great show? And she's on her way to help people. So listen, I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the remarkable Charlene Sparks. Make sure you're there. Check out my page, and also check me out on YouTube. Please like, follow, and ring that bell so you never miss an episode. And special thanks to the remarkable Dr. Rebecca L. Harper, and to all of you with all the L's. I'm happy that you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And with much love and appreciation, I'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day. You got me running. Hey, and welcome back to the Lush for Shade Night Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lush for Shade Nights is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. Thank you, Dr. Rebecca Harper, the sweetheart of civility.